Hello everyone, this is Suresh Kumar, working as Assistant Professor, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Dundigal, Hyderabad. Today we will discuss about the very important topic regarding the water resource planning and management. Here in the previous lectures, we discussed about how the water resources, types of the water resource on the storage and the different type of the techniques can be used for the water resources, and also using some constructions could be done by water resource engineering to preserve or save the water. So now we have to be water resource, how to develop planning and development of the on particular area will be see and discuss at the small talk. Let us see in the content level of the planning, the functional requirement of the water resources project can be steps in the water resource planning and environmental aspects at the water resource engineering in the planning. That is the water resource planning. Next, introduction. Water is available in the atmosphere, oceans, on land. Of course, everybody knows about the land hydrological cycle, main responsible water resource concern and utilization of the water. Of course, we have to be lot of way of the utilization of the water is main source will be for a human being as well as all the will be run by the water and control the quality and management, how to manage the water. That is the very important. Next, development of the water resources. How to development of the water resources. The techniques and what are the methods can be used for the water resource can be also discussed in the previous lectures. Now have to be development of the water resources involve conceptual, planning, designing, construction and operation facilities and control utilization of the water, development of the water and resource and the functions of the civil engineers. That is the main development of the water. What are the methods can be used for the by using the water resource planning and development? In the level of planning, how do the techniques can be used? First, local level and generally the local level, regional level, state level, national level, and international level. So, in these are the levels can be used to apply, for the water resource planning. So, in the level of local area means in the how the let us see the local. In the local area, what happens? The locally available water can be without any wastage and stored in the wells. Of course, the water can be utilized in the peak time means, and in the peak summer we have to be used for this storage of the water. So, what are the? Let us see the discussion in the local level of the water. Planned for a small area of the village, as I told, we have to be planned and some of the areas can be select and watershed development plan in the village. That is the watershed. Watershed means the water can be stored by using the some of the farm ponds and also some of the techniques and recharge wells. These are some of the techniques for the water storage. This is the best example for this. In Chevilla, Kottapalli watershed is the best example. That is the water resources. How the techniques can be used for this storage of the water continuously. How there is a lot of techniques can be applied. Of course, the ECRISAT can be developed the project, international project. That is the very important. And also this also increasing the crop and as well as the increasing the income for the farmers also. And also there is also going to be increasing the green top, means land use is also be increases. Next, the rainwater harvesting techniques. The rainwater harvesting techniques can be applied for this village level is the very best thing. have to store, just like as I told, the farm ponds and check dams and recharge wells. These are some of the examples for the rainwater harvesting techniques. Next, check dams, as I told, village tanks and also can be constructed. The wastage of the water can be stored in the continuously by using the wastage of the water can be comes under the store in this wells. These recharge wells will be also be store the water continuously, and it can be utilized in the farmers for the agricultural purpose, and also some of the areas it can be used and after the purification for this drinking water is also, but by applying the techniques but not directly. So like that you have to be in the village level, we have to be used for the water resource planning and development. Next, regional level. What happens in the regional level? In the regional level, what happens? In the regional level, what we have to be a type of the techniques can be as is told in the village level, some of the pump ponds and recharge wells and some of techniques are applied. But here compared to the large area of the several villages, here not only the one village, take it as some of the villages, those are water fed areas, and also we can be developed for applying some of the techniques for the water storage. Next, construction of the irrigation schemes. So construction of irrigation schemes means, so how to the storage levels, internal storage levels of the small canals can be stored the water without of the wastages. So what I told, that some of the villages can be cool and they can be constructed some of the irrigation projects, small irrigation projects by in the government as well as the own. So these techniques can be used in the for storing of the water. Next, state level. What happens in the state level? In the level of state level, what happens when the regional level planning covers several district of the state? So this is the state. In the previously, what village level is there, and again some of the villages can be mandals will be considered it as one of the area can be taken for the water resources planning. And several districts. Now the several districts are also can be used for the different type of the planning and water storage management. Next, Narmada water supply is the pipe network is the Saurashtra region is the best example for the water storage of the regional level of the water storage. Next level is the national level. So what happened in the national level of the storage? In the national level of the storage, what happens? The water resource planning and carried for the major river basins on the river. Sardar Sarovar Dam are over the river Narmada beneficiary for the Gujarat, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. These are some of the states can be applied for the some techniques for the water storage, and also the national level of the board can be converted into applying the water resource planning and development. These are also states can also in over the beneficiary for the Narmada water. So that the Gujarat, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan, some of they are the beneficiary states. We are applying in the Narmada river. So that is the national level we are going to be applied for the water resource planning and development. Next level, the international level. So what happened the international level? In the international level, the river running across the neighboring the nations. So not only the state, not only the country. Become the neighboring the national level of the planning between the countries. So need to be internal level. River, Kosi River rises in the Nepal and Himalayas and flows of the Bihar and finally meet in the Ganga. So like this is the best example for the international level. The water is flowing from the Kosi River, rises in the Nepal and Himalaya through follow and flows and also Bihar, and finally meets in the river of the Ganga. So these are what happens. The national, international levels and state level, village level, this comes under the committees and can be developed in the whichever the water area and water store resources planning for the storage for the future. So now nowadays that is decreasing the water rainfall data in all the states, and the groundwater level day by day in year by year decreasing, and so that's why we have to be need to be stayed, and techniques can be applied and save the water is the very very important. And also we have to be such a type of the water sourcing plannings and management is the very very important for the future generation. Next, water resource project. Means water resource. What are the water resources project? In the water resource project, what happens? The first one is single purpose project, and second one is the multi-purpose project. Single purpose project and multi-purpose project. What is a single purpose project? Multi-purpose project. As we know that what is a single purpose project? So this can be used for only drinking and irrigation purpose only. Next, what is the multi-purpose project? As we know very well, multi-purpose project can be applied for the power generation and also the fisheries and recreation. Recreation also can be used. That is called as multi-purpose projects. Let us see in the detail in the single purpose of the project is designed for the operation of the several increase irrigation project, just like I told, water supply project, navigation project, and fisheries development. That is single purpose of the project. Next one is the multi-purpose reserve. A multi-purpose design for two or more purposes. What are the two or more? As I told, this can be used for drinking water, can be irrigation, can be majorly they are going to be construct for the power generation. That is the very very important power generation and fisheries. These are the storage of the water is huge. That's why they are going to be preferred for multi-purpose reservoir. That is the construction of the irrigation projects. Next, water resource functional requirements of the water resources project, and what are the various functions? What are the functions? Irrigation, water supply, hydroelectrical power, flood control, and navigation and recreation, fish and wildlife. These are the main functions of the construction planning of the water resource development. First of all, irrigation. Irrigation purpose, as we know, the storage of the water can be diverted and can be irrigation purpose for farmers. Next, water supply. Water supply to the farmers as well as the drinking purposes also have to be used. Next, hydroelectrical power generation, as we know that. Next, flood control. The floods may be controlled any time of time. The water can be storage during the floods. The gates will be open, they overflow, and again the water remaining time the water will be stored as usual. And also navigation purposes from one place to another place, and recreation purposes for the children or any of the holiday enjoyment will also have to be recreation purposes also used. And fisheries development of fisheries and wildlife in the nearby, that one is also very very important in the water resource planning and development. Next, statement. What are the water resource planning? The statement of the objects and the collection of the data, projections of the future, projection of formulation, project evaluation. So this is the very very important. The first statement of the objectives is statement of the objectives. So the statement of the objective, what is the meaning of that? The water resource, what are the objectives means? Why we have to be constructing why we have to planning for this project will be the discussed, and also give the solutions. Next is collection of the data. So collection of the data means let us see one by one. The statement of the objective should be based on need to reason. So what is the purpose they have to be on that particular area to have to be constructed. Next, national government will achieve the maximum economic stable benefits, and for the state government also reduce the flood damages. Next are the village panchayatis. It may be the water supply or irrigation are the purposes. Next, collection data. Which type of the collection data can be used? So next about the general data, physical data. Physical data means location, size, geological conditions, and the soil conditions, historical data, and the population and the future population, and the flood type. These are the some physical data. This hydrological data. What is the hydrological data? Precipitation, rainfall, and transpiration, stream flow, sedimentation, water quality, etc. These are all to be considered in the water resources and collection data, general data. Next, geological data. In the geological data means you have to be explorates of the geological formats, rocks, soil type, groundwater availability, minerals, and erosion, etc. These are the some of the geological type of the data you have to be considered. Whenever you have to be construct the irrigation projects or water storage projects or water resources planning projects, can be irrigation project, whatever it is, the hydrological projects means. So these can be some of these type of the data is very necessary for construction of the project. Next, cartographic data. That means topographic and other maps of the area can be incorporated. Next, ecological data. What do you mean ecological? Ecological means which type of the vegetation, fish and wildlife can be collected. Next, economical data. Economical data means how much do we have to spend for this project, how much it can be utilized nearby any industries and transport facilities, marketing, tourism, recreation, like that. All the we have to be considered. Next, legal data. The legal data, water rains and population controls will also be taken as consideration. Next, land zoning, land ownership. How much the land will be utilized, how much area will be cultivated. The administrative patterns, of course, this is also added. Next, public opinion data. What is the public opinion data? The opinion data means the public and the politicians. So how much the whenever you have to construct a project can be implemented, lot of political pressures is also there, and also political political leaders is also going to be involved, and also grants sanction the amount for this implementation of the project, and also discuss in the parliament or assembly, whatever it is. So utilization. So that is the very also one of the point. Next to special data. How to be about the special data? In the special data mean agricultural data. In the agricultural data, what we have to be in agricultural crop water requirement by using the construction. So how much the water required for an particular area, which type of the crop will be cultivating. Next, climatic data, very, very important. Climatic data means then this climatic, whether it is a cold condition or it is the hot weather conditions. That is the very, very important. Why? Because the evaporation and infiltration will be more. What happens? It cannot be utilized. So that's why you have to be these type of the data will be also considered while designing and construction of the project. Next, municipal water supply data and drinking water needs. So on particularly municipal water, how much they are going to need for construction of this project. Next, industrial needs and quality of the water is also added for this one. Next one is hydroelectrical power data. Hydroelectrical power data means this existing the water, the required capacities and alternative source of the power will be generated for this data will also be collected and designing purposes of the hydraulic structures. Next, flood control data. Flood control data is the very, very important data. Why I called flood control data important? By recording whenever you have to be construct one hydraulic structures. Above the data is also included, but we have to be very very important flood control. The 100 years of the rainfall data on particular data and catchment area will be taken, and also the floods will be how much they come during the rainfall. Last 100 years or 200 years data will be also be collected, and based on this data they will construct how much the height will be provided, how much width will be provided, how much the storage will be provided. So these are the very very consideration for the flood control data. Will be drainage requirements, how much they are going to be drainage requirements, and the damages will be, without we avoid the damages will be the very important the flood control data. Next, navigation data. The navigation data, it can present the water and also traffic patterns and alternative means of the transportation. And next, recreation data. What is recreation? Recreation is nothing but there are some of the present recreation facilities and parks, whatever natural attraction and scenic data and tourism development like that. They are the recreation some of them. Next, fish and wildlife data. These are the fisheries and wildlife biological data also will be taken into consideration, of course. Next, pollution control data. What is the pollution control data? So the existing water, the methods, the location, but the character of the waste of the water, waste pollutions and irregular quality of the standards, how much it is very very important for the construction of the water resource projects. Next, the projection of the future. In the projection of the future means water resource project usually planned to meet future needs, and also projections include the future population growth and land use water requirement for the various uses. So next, the projection should be also be considered in the worked out great care of the caution, and because unrealistic higher values will not be may lead to be designed the excessive investment. That is the very very important. So that is the discussion and planning and management. We have to be considered the very very important these type point. Great care about the utilization and also investment. Investment is very very important. Nowadays the construction cost is more. That's why there is a very very taking care, and data will be collected for the for the investment and sanctioning the budget for this for the project. Next, low value maybe of the fulfill and purpose of the project and leave to the storage of the water. And next, so elevation of the future water demands and should be based on the realistic of the projections. Next, projection formation. What are the projection formations? They need a lot of irrigation skills and only done experienced plan. So next, first step design boundary conditions which restrict the water resource project. That is very very important. This is also comes under the geological survey. Of course, they are already taken, but here these also be taken for the water will be flowing on that canal. So there is the conditions of restrict the water may be projected. Next, physical intimation, etc. No navigation, territorial mountain river and limitations is available in the water. Next, limited land areas. Limited land areas, how to utilize the limited areas and can be utilized for the construction of the irrigation projects and also the water resources for the water resources management. Next, another legal problems. Very very legal problems will be whenever you have to be construct. So some of the people will be lost their lands and from the forefathers they will lost it for this project. So also these are all project will be give the good compensation for this fellow. So there is a very very important. Why? Because they depends upon the particular land. So these is all lands will be immersed due to the construction of the project. What happens? They will lost their lives. That's why you have to give some another area, good area with cultivated land. You have to provide the lands as well as to give the good compensation for the loss. Those are having the loss for this. Unless otherwise, the legally it will be problems will be arised for this construction of this project management planning. Next, the alternative use of the plans. Next, project in several purposes include. Next, catalog possible projects and project units along with alternative indicate catalog. Next, project evaluation. What I project evaluation is the carried out the alternative which is economically suitable. Best alternative consider the combination of the economical most. The economic evaluation benefits and cost data will be collected. Of course, as I told, the cost data will be the very, very important. The present rates, the estimation will be more than 2 decades. It's not like that. You have to be re-estimate, and the present cost will be also included for this and for sanction of the budgeting, the finishing of the project. Next, for selection of the efficient step, unit the physical and economical development and single purpose independent project evaluation and multi-purpose independent unit more than difficult. Next, environmental aspects of the water resource planning navigation due to the extraction of species, flora, change of the ecology, loss of forest land. So whenever you have to be considered, a lot of area of the forest and wasteland will also be include damaged, and vegetation of the river bank and loss of agricultural lands will be, lot of lands will be lost due to the construction of the project of the, and also these are some of the agricultural lands is also included for this one. That is the very big loss. That's why you have to be taken. Next, lost geological seismic steps, the displacement and rehabilitation of people, waterborne diseases, and reservoir injured or the seismicity. So these are the water resource planning development. Next, positive impact will be also applied, and land use improvement of the irrigation. Of course, land improvement, the construction, automatically the water availability, the land use will be increases. Means the green top will be the increases automatically. Next, flood protection will be also construction of this one, and also improve the supply domestic and municipal uses. The storage of the water can be used for the domestic purposes, and municipality water will be also available for the on location of the areas. Next, power supply, as we know that construction of the project due to the power generation is very useful, and also the water quality improvement will also be increases, and fishery improvement and recreation, as you know, health improvement, improve the climatic surroundings area, and then the development of the sanction areas of the wildlife is also these are the water resource development automatically will be done during the water resources construction of the project, and also the management, how to the planning and development due to development on particular area. So some of the balancing the data and collecting the data and is clearly design and implementation is very important. So it automatically it can be overcome and also give the good life of the people. So thank you so much. Next, we have to be come with the new topic. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.